everybody, my name is Megan and welcome to my YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button, like and comment on this video. This isn't my normal content. I have a tarot card reading channel that maybe many of you know about if you're subscribed, but if you're not, I have that going on, which I'm very, very passionate about. I'm very passionate about helping people with that in different situations that I see come up in the cards. You know, the cards are just a guide. I can actually feel the energy much before I lay the cards out. The cards are just kind of like a confirmation of my intuition. That being said, I wanted to kind of I want my channel's a little newer. I want my channel to be much of that, helping people. That's a great way to help people. It's a skill I have. I love to do it. But I would also like to incorporate into this channel different spiritual topics that we can kind of talk about and learn from. And I don't know if anyone saw my Life Path 7 video, but I am a Life Path 7. I'm born on a 7-day in numerology, and I'm also a Libra, which is the 7th sign. Other than that, I'm a dragon in non-Western astrology and Chinese astrology, which plays a huge role in all of this stuff. And I believe me, I understand how crazy all this sounds, but I've made all the connections and I just can't help but to try and teach it to other people because I've been obsessed with this stuff since I was 15 years old. I remember sitting in computer class, typing away. I'm very smart. So number 7s in numerology, it's the number of the genius. It's also the number of the loner. I require, as a 777, spend a lot of time alone. And the reason why 7s need to spend so much time alone, they have a lot they need to learn. And learning is like a drug to 7s. I do too. I'm a 777. When I'm not doing this, when I'm not doing whatever, I will sit down and I will figure out. If I get passionate about one thing, I will crack the code. I will figure it out. And since I've been 15 years old, in computer class, I would get all my work done really fast, right? Because I am a genius and I have that energy. So, and then I would put it aside. In the last half of class, I always remembered I would pull up the internet. And this is back in like 2007, right? I remember the last half of class, I would just sit there and I would Google Libra, Sagittarius, like all the signs. I would Google it and then I would kind of think about the people in my life. Essentially, I have been studying all of this stuff, really trying to figure it out since I was 15 years old. So the amount of knowledge, spiritual knowledge I have in my brain is unmatched. That's why I love to do what I do, though. Ever since I was a little kid, actually, I've been questioning the deeper questions. Why are we here? What are we doing? What is this, you know? And that's also part of the 7 is spirituality, really trying to figure out, really trying to scratch beneath the surface and figure things out. And I do feel like I've cracked a couple codes, maybe. But I more so wanted to talk about the state of the world that we're in today. We're seeing a lot of changes, whether you're left, right, in my opinion, does not matter anymore. If you're Democrat, if you're Republican, we all need to come together because we are not fighting a race war. We're not fighting any other war right now other than a class war. Let me be very, very clear. We are not fighting any other war right now. They've tried to divide us, and they did a good job, which is scary. The elites, the deep state, whoever in the hell is running this world actually, because I think by now with the Epstein files we know Trump's not in charge. He's compromised. And I think we all know who's running the country. Regardless, I think it's very, very important that we all kind of take a step back, right? Take a step back from the low vibrational energy of like the news, world politics, all of that, even though I like to stay very well informed and I am very, very aware that things are changing. Things are not going to be the same. But I guess my message with this video is I'm frustrated just like the rest of you. I am. But it is still important that we understand that all of this has to happen. And what I mean by that is, in order for all the new systems to take place, right, in order to get rid of the 9 to 5 and all of us kind of live our passions in abundance, in order to kind of wield out the financial system that's working for 1% and not 99%, it gives us once this dismantles, it gives us the opportunity to create something new that benefits everybody. And, I'm not, excuse me, I'm not sitting here saying like, sit on the couch, you're going to get UBI, universal basic income, or chill and do nothing, whatever. No, we all have gifts to contribute to society. I choose to do it here on my YouTube channel, and really sort of teach all the knowledge that I'm able to garner with my 777 energy, but it's actually my soul's duty to do this, but as shy as I am. But it is extremely important through all of this dismantleization of old systems, it is more important now than ever before in any time in history, that we do what we can, that we try to stay right here in our own lane and do what we can. Can I fix my relationship? Can I work harder at my relationship? What about career? How can I make more money? Because the way the monetary system is going right now, at least before it collapse, I've heard of a collapse on the horizon. The only thing that's within your control right now is to get your money up, is to really figure out that relationship and make it work, or don't move on to someone else. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I get wrapped up into of the world out there and what's happening and the unjustification of it all. But that just leads to more frustration. And you know what that leads to? A lowered vibration, which makes it hard for you to what? Manifest your desires into your reality, regardless of what's happening out in the world. Now, I understand that what's happening out in the world directly affects your personal vision. It does. How could it not, right? Your personal vision's money, making a lot of money, well, the government's going to take half. That side is always there. That's why I always try to pay attention to it. I try to, not the mainstream fake news, but like other sources, right? I just try to stay very well informed because it can impact our day-to-day life, but unless we all band together as one, and I have a strong suspicion that the collective is waking up to all these things, but we're not there yet. There's still a lot of people that are just dead asleep. They live their lives. They wake up, they eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, they go to football games, and there's nothing wrong with that. They haven't been awakened yet to what's actually going on, to the fact that those games are actually just circuses used back when to keep people, number one, divided through different sports teams, but number two, to keep the normies, right, the regular people like you and I, to keep us entertained, so we don't actually focus on the fact that they're changing everything. They're kings of distracting us. So I guess I'm really talking to the people out there who understand this, but for those of you who are kind of just listening to this and you're like, I get it, but I don't know, you're like on the fence, I want you to know that we're headed into a whole new world where these types of systems of suppression will not exist anymore. The bad news is, to get to that new world, we have to have a ton of dismantleization of old systems in place. Trump is probably a part of that. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm just saying he's part of, spiritually speaking, he's part of the whole dismantleization of all of these systems. Do I think he's doing it all in the right way? Hell no. No. Nonetheless, that is what he's doing. His soul probably came here for this specific time period to do that. But you know what our souls came here for at this time? I've never been more sure about anything. Our souls, your soul, my soul, your soul, came here to fight this tyranny at this exact time. Our souls had a front row ticket to what's going on, to the changes that are happening on our planet right now. So, and I know it's so easy to get caught in the mental trap of, I do not want to be here. In fact, I've had many instances where I truly did not want to be here. And how could good people want to be here? It's a system that makes you not want to be here, especially for enlightened souls. Like if you're a light worker, C-star, you came here just to help out and volunteer. Those are the people where it's really like like from grade school. Those are the people that woke up a long time ago. And like I said, like childhood, where you wake up and you're like, why do we have to do it that way? Questioning everything. And the reason you did that is because your soul was put here. Or those of you that didn't do that, doesn't matter. Our souls right now, we begged for a spot to come here because it is a front row seat to the most exciting place in the universe. Dolores Cannon used to say this in 2014, and what she said is coming to fruition. She said back then, she said that there's going to be a whole new world. And it's not going to be easy to get there. There's going to be a lot of dismantleization, all of that. But essentially, she said that we're moving into a whole new world. And those who are vibrationally compatible with that new world, who have really done the work on themselves, all of that stuff, they're going to go into the new world. Now, I don't know exactly what that looks like, right? But I know this. I can feel it. Can you feel it? Because I can feel it. I feel it in my bones that a great change is upon us, and it needs to happen. Because at this point, it's not just about left or right. It is about good and evil. But good always triumphs. So that is what I have today. Go ahead and, email me. My email is at the link in the description box below. I can't talk today. Feel free to email me if you would like a astrological or numerological reading, if you would like a tarot card reading, or just simply if you want to talk about all the things that I talked about here. I love, I'm not going to say a good debate, although I do love those. I just really love conversing with people who actually are awake and understand things. Or even if you're not awake to the point where you don't understand this video and you're kind of like, I'm interested in what she's talking about, but I don't believe it, whatever. Email me. We can have a full-on conversation, and I will never be the type of person that I'm right, you're wrong. I'm very open-minded. I love to hear all kinds of different aspects of things. But, just from an intuitive standpoint, without even looking at all the facts and reasoning and analyzing everything that's going on in our world, just from an intuitive standpoint strictly, great changes are upon us. I can feel it. That is what I have. Hit that subscribe button, and I will definitely see you guys next time.